Um, Hello, Collective. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. My name is Patience. I am your psychic intuitive host of Spirit News and Spotify, where me and my very own team, Spirit Team, the Gilded Golden Triangle, trying to teach you about your non-physicalness. I have an urgent message for you. I have been given a message by our Spirit Team, and it's very important because there's a group of people that have seemed to be afflicted with misguidance of a discarnate entity, and they seem to do rituals on full moons and eclipses. And I was sitting here and I had my necrometer on, and Spirit said Brenda. So I was like, what about her? And then they said the number 2. And then I opened the Bible and I said, well, tell me what you want me to know. And I went to the death of Jesus, Luke 24. And the first thing it says is darkness at noon because of eclipse, where the veil is torn down the middle. So I was like, oh shit. And then I kept reading, and it was talking about people gathering for the death of Jesus. And so I think this ritual is to unalive somebody who could be equivalent to Jesus. And I was like, oh hells no. So then I looked up when the next eclipse is and when the last one was. The next eclipse is April 8th, 2024. And the last eclipse was 10/14/2023. And I said that in the last read that they may have done a ritual during Halloween. So maybe in the month of October there was a full moon or an eclipse, because they seem to be following celestial patterns. So then I looked up, so the eclipse coming up will be seen from the US, so from northern Mexico, Texas to New England to the North Atlantic. And the next one to be seen from the US won't be until August 23rd, 2044. So then I was like, well, what am I supposed to tell them? What do I tell them? And I looked in my focus book and I opened it up to anticipate. They're preparing to do this ritual on the eclipse to end somebody's life who could be equivalent to Jesus. And God is saying, don't do this. This will be a detrimental mistake for you to do. Listen to this. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Maybe Brenda is some kind of, it doesn't have to be Brenda, but that's the name Spirit gave me, and it said 2. So maybe a couple, one of them is named Brenda, and they do rituals on eclipses and full moons because that's when the Bible says that's when the veil is torn down the middle. So I feel like torn down the middle is different than thin. I feel like torn down the middle implies that there's a dark side and a light side, and it's an eclipse. So it's making the light dark. So they want to do some kind of ritual by the 8th. God's like, don't do it. You're going to regret it. This says, I think Brenda might be passing the torch on to somebody else under the guise of, oh, I'll teach you how to do it. I'll teach you my ways. You can be my student and I'll teach you. But she's really trying to pass the buck onto someone else to perform this really risky ritual that she knows she shouldn't, nobody should do this ritual. Let me read further. It says, the detour became part of our journey, giving us 2 choices: beat the steering wheel, make it worse for ourselves, and become frazzled inside, or realize the situation at hand and chill. Stop white-knuckling the steering wheel and release. Forget everything you wish and you were doing, and turn on some jams, sing while you wait, in an anticipation to getting to your destination. God is saying, don't do this. This is not the answer that you're trying to seek. It's not going to end well for you if you do this. It said, driving home from DC one day, I hit multiple detours and delays. Construction was happening, tires had gone flat, wrecks had occurred, people were slowing down just to slow down. With 2 additional hours tacked onto my trip, I wanted to crawl out of my skin. Every person I passed was equally as frustrated, thinking their obvious hand gestures and facial expressions would somehow make things go faster. And you know what I thought about? Not one of us was in control of what we would face up ahead. You have broken all commandments. You've sinned against innocent people. You have broken all universal laws. There is no stopping what's coming for you, what you have already projected out into the universe. There's no stopping it. So the more you try to control what you've already created, the more you will receive what you're creating. Doing this ritual isn't going to reverse anything, stop anything, fix anything, change anything you've done. The only thing you can do that God is saying that you should do, stop white-knuckling the steering wheel and release. Forget everything you wish and you were doing. And turn on some jams, sing while you wait, in anticipation of getting to your destination. You guys effed up. You chose the wrong side. You've been doing effery. You've been recruiting people to do effery. You messed up. Doing another ritual, stop doing the same thing over and over again. What are you, a broken record? Don't you understand what we're trying to tell you? Every time you do a ritual, every time you do a seance, every time you play at the Ouija board, every time you send out a negative intention, you receive that back. Doing this ritual is not going to change that. It's going to make it worse. Possibly the end of you, not what you're doing it for. It's not going to end anything. So you need to stop. I'm warning you, doing this ritual will not give you what you want. And it hasn't given you what you want because the energy has shifted. Maybe it gave you what you wanted in the past because the energy was different, but the time shift happened. The time jump. We have shifted energy. You can't do this anymore. Every time you do it, it will backfire. Tell me more, please. Help them understand. Overcoming the barriers of ego and self-centeredness is one of the necessities of forgetting of the self. Forgetting of the self is how Theo, our angels, has described it. There are many ways to accomplish this. Some simple, others complex, but the most important is to learn to open yourself spiritually. To learn to do this is one of the main purposes for the coming of the angels and other higher entities. In other words, our psychic abilities do not exist in a vacuum. They are part of a greater plan, a plan involving the movement of the heavens into a vibratory level, a plan creating new arrangements of reality called dimensional shifts. The end result of this universal activity is human enlightenment. You are just fighting the inevitable. You want things to stay the same the way they used to be, but look at your lives. Do you really think you want it to stay the same? Because doing the same things over and over again in this new dimension, in this new vibratory field, is not going to work. It's going to go back to you. Energy cannot be destroyed. If you're sending out energy in powerful times of the eclipse, you're going to get it times 10. Don't you understand that? Why won't you listen? What happens during spiritually open moments, I believe, is that we unify our two selves. Didn't I say the veil is torn down the middle? Is that we unify our two selves, matter and spirit, and our consciousness becomes a channel for higher thoughts. Consciousness exists simultaneously in both vibratory realities, the physical reality of our bodies and the spiritual dimensions. At these moments, we become open channels for higher thoughts and perceive the world in a new, broader perspective. But that's only if you're using the power of the eclipse to expand yourself. If you're using the power of the moon and the eclipse to do negative things, you are literally just going to get those things times 10. Even if it takes a while to do it, it has to come at the end of a cycle. If you do this, you're going to ruin the lives of yourselves and everyone you love. You will lose everything. You will lose your house, cars, money, clothes, friends, family, children. Doing this ritual is not going to fix anything. And teaching someone else how to do it, tricking them into doing it because you're too afraid to do it, is completely irresponsible. And you should be ashamed of yourself. What else, Spirit? What else do they have up their sleeves? What smart plan do they have? Let's find out, because this is some bullshit, okay? We told you 50 million times that your stupid rituals don't work, and you're gonna plan and trick somebody else into doing this one on the eclipse. What's the matter with you? I'll tell you what's the matter is that these people are old, and they've been doing this fuckery to get all their riches and everything they have, 11:11 on the clock, for a long time. But the energy has shifted. We're in a new age now. The old cycle's ended. We're literally in a new vibratory field. All of those rituals that, even the ones in ancient times, don't work anymore. That's why we don't sacrifice animals and humans anymore. But these people want to keep doing that because they gained power by doing that. It's the only thing they know how to do. They just keep doing over and over and over and over again. It's like so ridiculous. Let's see what else Spirit wants them to know, since they're not listening with their own intuition. Hear me! Hear me! Lords and captains of the Phakians, hear what my heart would have me say. Our guest and new friend, nameless to me still, comes to my house after long wandering in dawn lands or among the sunset races. Now he appeals to me for conveyance home. As in the past, therefore, let us provide passage and quickly, for no guest of mine languages here for lack of it. Look to it. Get a black ship afloat on the noble sea and pick our fastest sailor. Draft a crew of 250 from our younger townsmen. They're going out into the town trying to get more people to do another ritual. Stop it. You're ruining people's lives. You're tricking these people into performing these rituals so you can get out of the mess you've made, but you're not going to fix it with another ritual. God says the only way to fix it is to stop doing it and to just experience exactly what you gave out. You have to, there's no way to avoid your karma. There's no way to avoid what you've done. You have to go through it. Men who have made their names at sea, loop, oars well to your thole pins. Lads, then leave the ship. Come to our house, fall to, and take your supper. We'll furnish out a feast for every crewman. These are your orders. As for my older peers and princes of the realm, let them foregather in festival for our friend in my great hall, and let no man refuse. Call in our minstrel Demodocus, whom God made lord of song, heart easing, sing upon what theme he will. Yeah, God is trying to use me and other readers to tell you that this isn't going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to ruin all these people's lives, but that you're gathering up to perform this ritual to try to fix what you've already done. All the rituals you've done to get the power you've gotten. Oh, what's this? The crier soon came, leading the man of song whom the muse cherished. By her gift he knew the good of life and evil. What you guys are doing is evil. It's not what God would want. God doesn't make you do rituals like this. The only thing that God asks of you is that you say thank you. That's all he asks, is that you say thank you to him. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for waking up today. That's all he asks of you. He doesn't need you to do these things. And you're misguided if you think that doing these things is the only way you can gain power. If you just go through your karma for exactly what you gave out, you will see that it will pass. Everything passes. It doesn't stay that way forever, but it'll never pass if you don't let it. If you keep doing these rituals, you're just prolonging the inevitable and you're actually making it worse. You're going to experience whatever you're giving out times 10 because you're doing it on when the veil is the thinnest. It makes sense to me, but for some reason these people can't change. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Clowns. Clowns going to the gym. It's like their routine. It's like they can't even stop doing their routine because they've done it for so long. They've literally done it for so long. And they're on cocaine. So they're not in their right mind. Jelly beans. Well, as long as we have to eat our vegetables, these people are King Henry. These people are stuck in a paradigm they can't get out of, an old thought form. Sean Connery, accomplished Scottish actor best known as the real Bond, James Bond, and it's upside down. Whatever's talking to them, whatever disincarnate entity has Brenda thinking that she's some messiah or something, you're not. That is not God. I am telling you, if you don't stop doing this, you're going to regret it. And you're going to ruin so many people's lives because you're just so selfish. A school cafeteria food fight. Yeah. Under cocaine. An alkaloid obtained from the leaves of the cocoa plant and used as local anesthetic and abused as a drug. Oh my God. Oh my God. JFK. These are older people that are in this cult, in this neighborhood. They need to perform another ritual because they think it's going to change everything that they're going through. It's called karma. We switched energy fields. We're in a new different, it's called the time jump. If you want to hear about it, go to Spirit News and listen to the time jump. It explains the shift that happened. We're in a whole new energy. All of these rituals are obsolete. They'll just bounce off and go right back to you. So what their plan is, this is their MO. They do the same thing. It's the same shit over and over again. I know it by heart because it comes up every freaking time. Yeah, cocaine. They get drugs, they get cocaine, and then they go to the gym, they go to the YMCA, they go to they go to the schools, they go to comedy shops, they go to where they can look for people who will like cocaine, and they say, hey, you want to come to a party? It's on an eclipse. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some nose candy. We're going to have some alcohol. We're going to have some sex. They literally just create a party. They have jelly beans for the kids and cocaine for the high school students. It's freaking like Adolf Hitler over here. Berlin, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler's last stand. This is their last stand. They're doing the same shit. They think that this ritual is going to fix all of the rituals they've done, but it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. You guys are a bunch of clowns. They can't stop doing the same thing over and over, thinking it's going to have a different outcome, but it's going to be an assassination of their finances, of their jobs, of their kids. Oh my gosh, JFK. Jobs, friends, kids, family. It's literally going to be an assassination of everything you love. And God is warning you. Don't do this. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do. And you're going to be ruining these people's lives that you're recruiting under the guise of a party. Give me a break. Anyone watching who gets approached by someone to go to a party, just say no. Because it's not going to be a party that you want to be at. Trust me, okay? And you're going to ruin your whole lives. Why do I care? Why wouldn't I care? How could I not care? I don't want people's lives to be ruined because these people are too selfish to just take responsibility and accountability for their actions. Why should other people have to suffer and get lied to against their will to participate in something that's so dark and evil and negative, just for it to ruin their lives? That's why I care. These people are going to get what they deserve, trust me. But it's the other people that they're recruiting that have no idea what's going on. They reel them in with thoughts of fun and cocaine and jelly beans. I'm talking about high school kids. So, well, I mean, if you want to do it, you can, go ahead. If you want to be part of killing babies and rituals under the eclipse, under the guise of a party, then go ahead. Go ahead and have fun and see what happens. Everybody's on their own journey, It's like, I care because I wanna help prevent people from suffering needlessly. That's why I care. But you're more than welcome to do what you want. It's a free country. It's free will. You do what you want. I'm just the messenger, okay? Don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to let you know God's warning. Paying taxes. Something about paying taxes. Death or taxes. Oh, do we have to choose right away? Because if they don't do this, something they've been doing has been tax-free. And if they think that doing this will, maybe it might work, but they'd rather die than be broke, I guess, because they're going to be broke either way. Just one's going to happen. I mean, they might, I don't know. It says death or taxes. So I guess it's a choice. You do the ritual in hopes that it changes something and you risk your life, or you don't do the ritual and you end up having to be in debt for the rest of your life. Because when you use energy to manipulate people and you're killing babies to get money and you're trying to unalive people for their inheritances and stealing their things, that's a lot of bad energy has been projected out into the universe. Confirmation. And the law of attraction, which is the law of the universe, says you experience exactly what you put out. So the end of the cycle is here, and it's time to pay the piper. Okay, it's time to pay the piper. Zucchini, squashed vegetables. These people are gonna get squashed by their karma, honestly, because this is their MO. You know how many eclipses and full moons there's been since they probably started doing this like 20 years ago? A lot. And they thought they were getting away with it. That's why they kept doing it. But it was only because the energy that we used to be in matched them. But now we've gone into a different place in the solar system, so we're closer to the sun. So we're receiving more light from the sun, which makes us vibrate faster. It's science. Yeah, feminine. Yeah, we're going into an age where it's not going to be as patriarchy. It's going to honor the feminine. So we can start learning how to be more in our feminine energy instead of being so in our masculine energy. That's what, and feminine energy is just more intuitive, more creative, more like go with the flow instead of like always go, 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 action, action, action. I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. And you never rest, Fake, deceptive, unreal, counterfeit. These people aren't what they claim to be. They probably look like really feminine. Oh, they probably have a garden and they probably have a nice house and they look like, they look like the Bradys, Brenda Brady over here. Brenda is the name that Spirit gave me. Brenda Brady, but they're fake. They're not real. Do not trust anybody who comes up to you and says, you want to come to a party? You just have to have sex and kill babies. You want to come? We have cocaine. It's like, no, I'm good. Thanks anyway. You can go do that by yourself, because that ain't me. That ain't the life I'm about. And I ain't about to be projecting all that onto the universe just to get what I want. That's so selfish. Annoying. Yeah, it's very annoying that someone would go around thinking that it's okay to sacrifice babies, sacrifice humans, trick people into doing these things, all so they can not experience exactly what they need to experience to get over this. Just suck it up, admit that you fucked up, and go through your shit just like everybody else. It's not our fault that you fucked up. Melodramatic. I'm sorry. Sorry. Spirit says, calm down, okay? Alright, sorry. Well, I warned ya. This is what they're going to do. It's the same thing they do. The party, they go to the YMCA and recruit the old people and the kids. They go to the comedian shop and get the people in there. They go to the clubs. They go anywhere where they can find someone who might want to party. And then they say, come to our house. We're going to have clowns and jelly beans and cocaine. It's going to be fun. And then you get there and they make you wear robes and they make you have sex with each other and they drug you and then all of a sudden there's a baby on the fire pit. Like, give me a break. How many times are you going to keep doing the same thing? Can't you tell it's not working? Obviously, because all of you are suffering. You're wondering why. Because you keep on being assholes. A bunch of jerks, man. Will realistically never be out of crippling debt. I told you, even if you do this, you will still be in debt. Because the money you received was given to you under negative manipulation of energy. Keeps trying to talk to you when you have headphones in. At the gym, right? They don't care. They're so desperate that they'll talk to you anyway if your headphones are in. When your headphones are on, it's a clear sign, don't fuck with me. Kicks every animal they see because they're evil. They have discarnate entities inside them that they've been feeding for years. And they think that it's normal. They think that this is how life is. Give me a break. It's time for a change. God said, no more. I can't take this shit anymore. And I can't either. Steals from the poor and gives to the rich. I can't make it up, you guys. I can't make it up. This is a couple. Possibly one of them, their name is Brenda. Is spreading really nasty rumors about you. This is how they mess people up who want to fight against them. They start spreading rumors about them to make them discreditable, to make people devalue whoever stands up against them. They start spreading nasty rumors because they look like model citizens and people believe them and trust them, and they abuse their power by spreading rumors. Will do anything for you if you save them. There ain't no saving them. They gotta save yourself. There's no one here that's gonna save you. You have to make the right decision. You keep making stupid decisions, the same decision over and over again, thinking it's gonna have a different outcome, and it's not. Just had a philosophical epiphany that will change the world. Me. Don't do any more rituals, or you're gonna regret it even more than you do now. The only way out of this is to just suck it up, take accountability, and just get through it. Okay?